morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Lilian Benzi, WPO Press and Communication Officer. And today I welcome to our talk show Noelia Barrios, Executive Director of Cavemvasi, the new and the first WPO member in Venezuela. Cavemvasi was created with the strong purpose of promoting and fighting for the interests of the packaging industry in Venezuela, including all types of materials and packages. The main tools used by Cavemvasi to help the local packaging industry are the technical studies and the institutional relations with government, other institutions, and the private sector. So I would like now to invite Noelia to tell us more about how this mission is being achieved by the association and how WPO can help it. So welcome, Noelia.
Hi, Lilian. Thank you so much for the invitation, and hi to everyone in the WPO community. Thanks for having us.
It's really a pleasure, especially because, as I told before, it's the first time we have Venezuela on board. So we would like to understand more when Cavemvasi was created and what were the main drivers for this creation.
Yeah, well, it's the first time for Venezuela to be part of the WPO, and it's like the initiation of the internationalization of Cavemvase. So we are very happy to be part of the WPO. Well, Cavemvase is the Venezuelan Packaging Association, and it's a non-profit civic association that works towards the interests of the packaging industry and its related sectors. We were founded on the 25th August of 1970 in the city of Caracas by 10 manufacturing companies that decided that they needed a safe space to talk about packaging. And well, they were the 10 biggest company in the moment. So they decided to create an organization that was able to understand the importance of the packaging in the economy and also to provide a space where every packaging, just say like plastic, paper, and cardboard, a glass, metallics, can be part of an organization and talk in the same language. We now have 53 years of trajectory, and we promote and defend the packaging industry with many tools and many activities. And we are known as a reference, not only nationally, but international, because we work along affiliated companies and institutional allies. So we watch over the interests of the industry, but we also try to stay in touch with the world and to share a little bit of what we do.
Okay, and what are the main objectives? I know you told that you were created to fight for the interests of the industry, but how do you make this? What tools do you use to make it happen?
Yeah, you said a little bit of them, but I just want to say that our general objective is to ensure the strength of Cavemvase through initiatives taken with its members. So we work very close to our companies and affiliated institutions so that we can provide the best answer for the problems that we face in the economy. And we do so through some objectives. So, well, we represent affiliated companies, and we try to influence public policies to keep the industry of packaging going on. We keep our members informed in issues of national and international interest in terms of economy, political, regulation, social, cultural, etc. So we try to guarantee the activity of the sector. We also support the development of studies, and we provide information not only to our local government, but also to multilateral organizations that need information about the packaging industry in Venezuela. And also we like to connect the production chain. We meet potential clients with affiliated companies and these with potential suppliers. So the chain of production is mostly national. And last but not least, we like to maintain the level of professionalism in packaging. So we offer the packaging community in Venezuela and in the world a virtual and in-person training program through courses, webinar, and a bootcamp.
Okay, that's great. And what is the current situation of the packaging industry in Venezuela, Noelia? Do you have raw materials industry? Do you have the machinery industry? How is the situation of the packaging chain in Venezuela?
Well, I would like to say that right now the packaging industry in Venezuela is working on the 30% of its installed capacity. And yes, I know this is very low. And if we compare this proportion to the productivity in other countries in Latin America, this is just half of what other countries are doing. But it's important to understand that Venezuela has suffered its worst economic crisis, that it's followed by politics and social difficulties. And so that you understand the magnitude of this problem, the Venezuelan GDP has shrunk 70% of its size. So yeah, we are not in a very easy situation, and this means that the economy is not what it used to be. We also have seen flee 7 millions of Venezuelans around the world, and this is not easy to take, not for just the Venezuelan economy, but for neither economy on the world. So we are going through a very difficult moment, and our companies have larger installed capacities that are needed in the moment. But it's important to understand that Venezuela was a leader in packaging sector in Latin America, and we have been pioneers in the development of packaging and the most advanced technology in the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Yes, we have raw materials. That's one of the strengths of the packaging industry in Venezuela. And the technology is not homemade, but we used to be in touch with the pioneering in technology in this sector, such as Europe or Asia, where we can buy the technology advanced and we can implement it here in our country. So right now, let's say that we are working to survive, but we also are growing because we have so much potential and capacity to provide packaging products, not only to Venezuela, but to other countries, because our sector exports different types of packaging to some countries in Latin America and also in the Caribbean. So nevertheless, this doesn't mean we're frozen time. It's part of the journey we've been going through. And we had to be the most productive possible under these circumstances to continue working. And our companies are still participating in international fairs. We're still buying new technology, and we try to implement innovations. We would like to be more, a bit of it more of edge, but we're working on it, and we're just trying to keep up with the world. And so this is where the WPO comes for us, because it's a portal of information, so we can try to understand what is going on in all of the countries around the world, and what we can improve, what we can do better, and what we can share.
Wow, that's amazing. And that answered my next question. So I'm going to do a new question that was not in our script, but I am quite sure you can answer it. Venezuela was always very related to the oil industry. Can I suppose that the plastic packaging industry is one of the most strong in the country?
Yeah, actually, I don't remember how to say petrochemic. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but yeah, the petrochemical, it is very strong in our country. Actually, being an oil country means we have a responsibility with the world and with our country, because one of the biggest markets in our country is plastic packaging. Not only rigid, but also flexible. That is the tendency, not only in Venezuela, but around the world. So yes, we have the raw materials, and we have a very nice infrastructure for producing these raw materials. But right now, the economic situation has also been affecting the petrochemical installations in Venezuela. So we are importing these raw materials because we don't have anything we need right now. But it's due to the economic crisis that we are living. So, well, we need to import from Colombia, from Peru, from Ecuador, also from China, some raw materials, so we can continue the production of packaging, plastic packaging in Venezuela.
Okay, and this brings another new question. What about sustainability? Because if we are having this thing with plastic, with all this movement around the world regarding sustainability, how is this issue in Venezuela?
Well, this is one of the things that I consider a challenge for our sector and for our country, because we don't have a public policy on sustainability. Also, we are very behind from the agenda of 2030 agenda and the GDS. So we're not doing very well. Also, Cabembasi has been working on it, because we understand the responsibility we have as an association, as a representation of the packaging industry, and we promote sustainability in the vision of packaging through eco design and sustainability and the reduction of raw materials that we uh, use on the production of packaging. But not having a public policy and a recycling culture is been very difficult to us, because even though in the 90s we used to have a culture of recycling, we used to separate our materials. Right now we're not doing that. We're throwing everything to the dumpster. So it's not good. And we understand this, and we're trying to influence on the government to make them understand that we have a responsibility, and also being an oil country, that we have a capacity in plastic. We need to understand that we can produce them, but we have to be responsible for the correct uh, correctly throwing them. Okay, so we can separate them and we can reutilize what we have. Some companies affiliated to Cabenbase, they they reuse these materials, these plastic trash, just say it that way, and they implement it in the new production of another things in plastic, maybe not packaging, but another products in the plastic industry in Venezuela.
Okay. And do you have all kind of packages in Venezuela, Noelia? You have metal, you have paper, you have wood, everything?
Yes, we used to have metal provisions or raw materials here in Venezuela, but right now for for the crisis, we are not producing what we need for metallic such as aluminum and tin. Tin. I don't remember how to say hojalata. Tin. I think. Yeah. So we have these materials, but we are not processing them in the packaging industry. We are importing them. But yes, we have metallics, we have glass, we have paper and cardboard. And we have a very various and diverse uh, production in Venezuela. And I think that is why we were pioneers, because we had these raw materials, we have the process, we have the demand in the economy. So right now we're not going through the best moment, but we're still resilient, we're still working on it, and we are still the secure provider for packaging in Venezuela.
Okay. And so, considering all the challenges and the opportunities you have just mentioned, why it is so important to Cavenvasi to be part of the global packaging community as WPO? Why WPO? How WPO can help you?
Well, for many years, Cabembasa has focused solely in defending and promoting its affiliated companies and working on the maintenance of this company in Venezuela. But uh, we decided during the pandemic that it's very important to see ourselves as connected to the world, because uh, with this connection with internet, we can be talking with you, with everyone in WPO, with everyone around the world that is interested in packaging industry. So we decided that during lockdown, we started to share webinars and to promote interaction in social media, something that we used to do very low key and mostly in person. So we started to build a packaging community, first with Venezuelan professionals and later with people all over the world. So we started to see the international industry, and we founded the World Packaging Organization. And we said, if we want to jump into the international area, we wanted to be part of WPO as we are right now. We are a full member. So we decided to amplify our reach and to learn what other associations and institutes of packaging are doing and what we can share and promote from Venezuela. So we believe that together we can do so much more than alone. So being part of the WPO give us the perfect platform to do our bit and to also to sum everyone's bit to build a better packaging industry.
Well, I hope we can attend your expectations. And now we are coming to the end of our talk show. And I would like to invite you, Noelia, to leave us a final message, a message that can encourage and bring the curiosity to the packaging industry in Venezuela.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. We always love to work to talk about our work, and being able to do it with the WPO community is very important to us. I would like to use these last minutes to remember the importance of civil associations such as ours that are working towards the packaging industry, not only to promote and defend the companies that are located in their country, but only the activity of the packaging industry all over the world. Additionally, we believe that the professional formation and the development of packaging engineering is a priority and we work towards. So we invite everyone in the WPO to keep studying, to keep going to training programs because it's important. The industry keeps on innovating, so we need to keep up the pace. And lastly, I would like to invite you all in WPO community to follow Caben Base because, well, we always share technical webinars about the industry, about the current situation in Venezuela, and we can help you to understand a little bit more of the packaging industry and to learn a bit from Venezuela. Thank you.
Thank you, Noelia. It was really great, all the information that you shared today. We could have a very comprehensive understanding of how the packaging industry works in Venezuela. And having Venezuela as a full member is really important to WPO. One of the main goals of our association is to spread our participation in Latin America, and for sure, Venezuela is a very important partner. We know that there are some challenges to be faced, but we also know that the packaging industry is an important driver to the sustainable development of countries and societies, not only from the environmental perspective, but also from the social and from the economic point of views. Packaging can have a very positive impact in various areas, and WPO is here to help its members and the global packaging community to map these needs and as much as possible to find solutions. As our president, Luciana Pellegrino, says, WPO is the voice for packaging. So thank you very much, Noelia. Thank you very much for the audience today, and see you soon in another World Pack Talk show. Thank you, Noelia.
Thank you.